Ninthly, stop listening to rumours and spreading them. The rumours are the destroyers of the spiritual community. Rumours are the ways in which we just set up oppositions amongst the members of the spiritual community, who then cease to be members of the spiritual community and become members of the political parties that we belong to. You know, for instance, the great example of the week, are order members away every weekend from the community at Aryaloka? This is confidently asserted, apparently, I'm told, rumour has it, in England. And it can all be traced back to a very, a situation where somebody said something which somebody else picked up differently from what the person said, perhaps. That got passed on, and now it's become an ascertained fact. So, you know, be very careful with this sort of thing. If you hear somebody else say something, you know, this came from several different sources, this whole thing. I'm not blaming anybody in particular. You know, just if you hear something like that, well, just think, wait a minute. You know, you say every weekend. You know, do you mean every weekend? Has there not been a single weekend when they were there? You know, and just sort of gradually get to grips with it. Or just say, look, I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. I just don't believe it. I just don't want to know. It's not relevant for me to know. It's not important for me to know, so don't tell me. And please don't spread it anymore. Just stop it dead. I think you've got to do a lot of that. Just stopping it all dead. There's so many rumours flying about. Check facts before you pass them on. Don't pass on facts that are to somebody's discredit. There's no reason to. There's no value in it. It doesn't help anybody. So just don't pass it on. And take a personal responsibility, not just for not passing on, but for not listening. Don't even listen. And stop. You know, check people nicely. No, you know, don't you know, get all machismatic about it. But just sort of say, no, sorry, I don't think we should be talking like that. Please, can we stop? You know, just stop it like that. You know, never believe what you're told about somebody else who's not there, certainly without checking it with them. Don't pass it on. You know this sort of thing, it's obvious, but you can see how destructive it is. Wars come about from this sort of thing. People kill each other because of this sort of thing. People won't talk to each other. People will not occupy the same space. They won't be able to work together because of this sort of thing. And it's because of what we're each of us doing. We're each of us spreading poison. Rumours are poison that we're injecting into the body of the Sangha. And if we're doing that, how can we be members of the Sangha? If that's what we're doing, how can we possibly be members of the order? There's no question of it. So if there's far too much of it going on, it's very unpleasant and very divisive, and each of us must take responsibility to stop it. There's no question of ordination if you're involved in this sort of thing. And check each other in a nice sort of way. An extension of this is, I think, stop speculating about what's going on. Speculating about situations you can't really understand. I mean, probably if you're not in the community, for instance, you don't really know what's going on there. And of course, it's, you know, as a member of the spiritual community, as a spiritual friend, you can usefully talk things over with some of the community members. You can say, well, please, you know, I sometimes get the impression that, I don't know, such and such goes on. You know, first of all, is this the case? And then if it is, well, do you really think this is a good thing? But take it up not as a point of gossip, not just as a juicy bit of tittle-tattle to, you know, get you in with the in crowd, but as something that's really helpful to people. So, you know, be very careful not to speculate about situations you don't understand and then to spread that around as a rumour. There's far too much of this. Just to give you a little example, and I hope, you know, I'm probably going to tread on somebody's toes, but I know that, you know, the fact that X and Y have been ordained, you know, even though they haven't been part of the local scene at Aryaloka, has started a certain amount of speculation. And in a way, it is sort of interesting to say, well, why have they been ordained rather than other people? But what I've heard starting to happen then is all sorts of criticisms being made on the back of that speculation. But actually, it's an extremely complex issue. Very, very difficult to say. And probably it'll be another 10 years before we can really say why, you know, X and Y were ordained before all of you lot. And then it won't matter because you'll all be ordained anyway. So, you know, is it really useful? You know, is your speculation really useful? I just hear so much of it going around the movement generally, just so much speculation, which actually is on the back of negative feeling. So cut it out. Just stop it. Let's stop speculating about each other and each other's situations. Only talk about what's really useful to help each other to deepen our going for refuge. So I really hope you take this seriously. I think this is the chief issue that I've confronted or experienced in being here, particularly around the Aryaloka area. I don't know whether it's the same over on the west coast, but I won't excuse. I thought not. I thought not. Except that I did hear that. Yes. So have more confidence and trust and respect for each other. Don't treat each other in this despicable way. You know, just inventing, well, you know, passing on rumours and adding your own little bit of juice to it, you know, spice to it, and, you know, speculating so uselessly and destructively about things. Enough said.